Good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone is fine. Okay, so I came forward that to teach you synthetic fibers and plastics. In 7th class, that we have discussed about fibers, different types of fibers. As you see that in your homes, in my home and in everyone's home, that we see the curtains, bed sheets, and many other cloth materials. All those are made up of fibers. But you wanna have a doubt that some substances are made up of natural, some substances are made up of artificial substances. It means we don't say directly synthetic. Okay, some of them are made up of natural and man-made substances. Now our topic is to discuss, you know that natural substances are completely cotton and also wool fibers and cotton fibers and silk fiber. These are the natural fibers. Now our discussion is about synthetic fibers and the plastic. The topic is synthetic fibers and plastic. Now let's see. So types of fibers. Now I already said you that about the types of fiber, that is natural and synthetic fibers. Okay, before understanding about the synthetic fibers, that synthetic fibers are nothing but man-made fibers. So before understanding the synthetic fibers, we need to understand some of the definition of the polymerization. Okay, so what is this polymerization? Many number of many small units. Like suppose you know that you know the chain. Okay, so the chain. So suppose this is a chain. The chain is formed by structure of many subunits. So these many subunits are joined. Many units. Each unit is called as monomer. So many units of the many small structures or units joined together, right, to form a polymer. Poly means what? Many. What is the meaning of poly? Many. Mer means unit. Many units are joined together that to form the polymer. Joining of monomers is called as a polymerization. As many number of repeating units are present, as many number of repeating the same type of units are joined together to form the structure of the polymer. So this polymer is responsible for forming a synthetic fiber or synthetic structure. So this polymer may be, right, attached by linear or cross-linked. These polymer subunits are attached in linear manner or else may be cross-linked. Okay, you can see here the structure. So the synthetic fibers are formed by synthetic fibers are formed by polymers. Many polymers, right? Each polymer will form a fiber. For example, hemoglobin is a pigment which is present in the blood. So how it is prepared? By many subunits of amino acids and proteins. Okay, amino acids is a type of protein, subunits of proteins. Okay, so protein subunits are joined together to form the hemoglobin. So suppose you see cotton fiber. How cotton fiber? It is a natural fiber. It is formed by many number of subunits cellulose. Many number of subunits, that is what? Cellulose. The cellulose subunits are joined together that to form the cotton fiber. In the same way, the synthetic fiber is also formed by many number of polymers are joined together that to form the structure of the synthetic fiber. So as synthetic fibers are man-made with greatest discovery with the effort of different scientists, that okay, you know that you can very differentiate which are synthetic and which are natural. Okay, which are synthetic and which are natural. Now let's understand that about the synthetic fiber, different types of synthetic fibers. Now let's see. Rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic. Rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. These are the different types of synthetic fibers. Okay, now let's understand about the important one, that is rayon. The important one, that is about rayon. So now let's see that. Rayon is also called as artificial silk. So you know that silk made from silk fibers. Silk made from the silk fibers are naturally available. That is very costly. For normal person, that it is not available. Because of it is very high expensive and very costly here. So this rayon is replaced by natural silk. So that's why rayon is called as artificial silk. It is a man-made fiber. So how it is prepared? It is prepared by chemical treatment of wood pulp. It is prepared by chemical treatment of wood pulp. So from the wood pulp is the solid part of the wood, which is a natural source. Which is what? A natural source. So on chemical treatment of this natural source, that we are preparing this, rayon. It is a synthetic fiber. So it is dyed with various color. Dye means color. It is colored with various colors that to change its color, right? So the property of this rayon is shining, lustrous, okay, and flexible, and it absorbs moisture, it absorbs water, and it is very cheaper than silk, okay. And this rayon is also availably can be mixed with cotton to prepare the bed sheet, mixed with wool to prepare the carpets, okay. So this is the basic thing that you have to remember about the rayon. Okay, bed sheets and carpets, and these are the best examples of the rayon. Okay, now let's understand the second most synthetic fiber, that is nylon. So nylon is naturally prepared, artificially prepared in 1931 by using coal, water and air. So it is completely man-made fiber. Nothing, natural products are used like wood pulp as we have used in rayon. Okay, no plant material or animal material is used. So, which doesn't lose strength on repeated use. As how much we can use also, as how much we can also use also, it cannot lose the strength. That is the greatest property of the nylon. So how nylon is prepared? Nylon is prepared so by using cold water and air, as it is heated to very high temperature, a semi-fluid is prepared. That semi-fluid is allowed to pass through the machines, and through that machine, that semi-fluid is converted into fibers with the help of spinner set. Okay, with the help of spinner set, the semi-fluid is converted into fibers. So by using that fibers, that we will prepare the ropes. So as it is very stronger as like the steel, as it is very stronger as like the steel. So the ropes made of nylon is very stronger, and the socks, parachute, all these are the best examples that where we can prepare, where we can prepare which are prepared by using the nylon. These are the basic things that you have to remember about the nylon. The nylon is very popular in making ropes, belts, sleeping bags and many other substances. As now let us perform an activity. Let us test the strength of the different synthetic fibers and natural fibers. When you take, so you can see this is a clamp, okay, this is a clamp, and this is a thread here, sorry, this is a stamp, okay. So this is the different type of thread we use here. So as types of thread we use, so as we goes on changing the weight of the substances here, as cotton can resist with some weight, or fiber, it means silk will resist with some weight, and also when you see the nylon, as it can resist with more and more weight. So when we see the final conclusion, when you come to the final conclusion that, so on testing the strength and efficacy of the fibers, the nylon resisted with more weight as when compared to the cotton, wool and the silk. So nylon is replaced and can be used for stronger and heavyweight carrying substances here. Now let's understand about the polyester. As like this is another type of fiber. Okay, so the poly means, you know that poly means many. Ester means, ester is a synthetic substance. As many ester chemical substances are used, Okay, ester, many ester substances, ester is a fruit smell, it gives us fruit smell. Many ester substances are joined together to form the polyester. Okay, ester doesn't get wrinkle. Wrinkle means you know that it doesn't show any foldings on our cloth. Okay, and it is crispy. Crispy means it is like a paper, very soft, that and easy to wash. Okay, and it is suitable to prepare many of the dress materials. So we also see that polyester shirts. Polyester shirts. Ester is mixed with cotton, that is called as polycot. Ester is mixed with wool, that is called as polywool. So terylene is also another type of polyester. The fibers of this terylene polyester fibers, it is most familiar. The terylene is also another a type of polyester where all the fibers of this terylene are joined together to form a yarn. Yarn is a group of fibers here. Now PET. So when you see the back of the bottle here, right, you can see one symbol, PET, PET, polyethylene terephthalate. So what is PET here? PET is nothing but polyethylene terephthalate. So this what does it indicates? So it is this bottle is also made up of polyesters, and many containers is also made up of these type of substances. Now next come to the acrylic. Acrylic is another type of polyester, another type of synthetic fiber, so which is made up of, which is replaced by natural wool, as natural wool is very costly, as we cannot purchase. Okay, so to overcome that problem, that natural is expensive, when compared to natural it is cheaper. Okay, more durable and affordable, very comfortable here when compared to the natural. So that's why it is called as an artificial wool. We call this as a artificial wool. So what are the subunits? This acrylic is made up of polyacrylonitrile. What we call acrylic is a synthetic fiber which is made up of polyacrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile subunits are joined together, right, to form the structure of the acrylic. Okay, acrylic synthetic fiber is prepared by polyacrylonitrile. So some of the disadvantages of using this synthetic fiber, most of the 90% of the advantages are there on using synthetic fibers, but some of the disadvantages. Okay, what is that? Some of the disadvantages: it catches fire very fastly. Synthetic fibers catches fire very fastly, and when it catches fire, it sticks to our body very fastly, and our skin get damaged. So these are the major. So that's why by wearing synthetic fibers, be aware and be careful when you enter into the kitchen or laboratory or any other fire areas. So these are the major disadvantages of using what? Synthetic fibers. So characteristics of synthetic fibers. Now let's understand about some of the characteristics of synthetic fibers. You know that they dry up easily, dry up quickly, less expensive and more affordable, more useful and more comfort, easily can be prepared and available everywhere. Okay, and also easy to maintain, and also, right, soak in water. It doesn't soak in water, but it absorbs it absorbs the less sweat. That is only the disadvantage. It absorbs the less sweat, and it can be washed with very easily, right, when compared to the natural fibers. Okay, these are the major good characteristics that you have to remember. Okay, thank you. So plastics also become very important and valuable things in our life. Even though a lot of disadvantages is there, but it also have advantages. Now let's understand that plastics is also a type of synthetic fiber, right? Plastics also made, right? Plastics also formed as like synthetic fiber in a linear form, linear polymer or cross-linked polymer. So plastic, the advantage of the plastic is that it can made into all possible shapes. Plastic is made with a polymer right? That is synthetic fiber. All plastic do not have same type of arrangements. Okay, so some plastics have linear arrangement, some plastics have cross-link arrangement, and some plastic will have circular arrangements. So like that. So plastic can be easily molded into any shape. That is the greatest advantage of the plastic. Okay, what is the greatest advantage of plastic? It can be shaped into anything, and plastic can be reused, recycled, and also recovered. And plastic can be colored and melted. Okay, and plastic, a lot of variety of uses are there in the plastic here. You know that this board is also plastic, right? This marker is also a plastic. This specs is also a plastic. So like that, lot of advantages of plastics is there here. So some plastic bend on break, some plastic break on bending, and some plastic doesn't break even on bending. Okay, so some plastic, when I pour some water in a when I pour hot water in a bottle, that bottle will break up because of hotness. So like that, deformed. So the plastic bottle is deformed when you fill with hot water. So plastic which changes its shape, plastic which changes its shape on adding hot water or on heating, right, can be bent easily. They are called as thermoplastics. Thermoplastic. When you put polythene cover, you know polythene cover, it is banned now. When you put that polythene cover in a hot water, it comes together, it comes very closer and it changes its shape. And PVC, what is PVC? Polyvinyl chloride. Tubes, plastic tubes. Okay, next. So they are the thermoplastics, you know that containers in our home, kitchen, all these are the thermoplastic. And thermosetting plastics. So what are thermosetting plastics? Some plastic even on, right, heating or electricity is passed also, it doesn't get softened. It is very hard. The two examples in that thermosetting plastic is that bakelite and melamine. Bakelite is used in the preparation of electric switches. Okay, it doesn't receive heat as that much. It is a poor conductor of heat. And electricity switches. Okay, these are the best examples. And melamine, it is resist to fire and tolerate heat. You know that kitchen tiles. Kitchen tiles are the best examples of the melamine. Okay, it means that these are the best example of thermosetting plastic. And floor tiles, kitchenware, all these are the best example that you have to remember that they are the best example that of thermosetting plastics, as it plays very important role in our daily life. Plastics as materials of choice, right? It is most convenient in our daily life. It is lightweight and which is very lower in price and very good strength and easily handled. Plastic can be handled very easily and it is very light, right? Lighter, as not like metals. Metals are very harder and strengthened. Okay, very harder and strengthened, as it, and plastic is also used in cars, aircrafts, and many places that this plastic is of our choice. Even kitchen, right? Everywhere, buckets, tubs, like that. Most of the places that nowadays plastic has become very important in our life. So no, we cannot live at all that without the plastic, as it day became like that. Okay, our brush, we are starting our life, our daily life activities, right, with the use of plastic. Okay, we are brushing, that is done with what? Plastic here. So like that. Okay, so metals. Now let's see that plastic non-reactive substance. Metal, suppose iron is placed on the placed outside to by exposing to atmosphere. So iron react with the atmosphere, moisture, and then it corroded. Corroded means it reacted, whereas metals react like that, but Plastic doesn't have that property. As how many days you place in the atmosphere, as it is like that without reacting to any moisture or air. So plastic is another advantage is here. Plastic is non-reactive substance. Next, you know that plastic is lightweight, stronger, and durable. Okay, every day that you are using, every plastic substances you can handle. As you imagine that in place of this iron bottle is there, as how much weight it becomes you can imagine here. To conquer this shape, so to prepare the shape of the iron bottle you can imagine. So it is very lightweight and durable and transparent, and very we can see that what is there inside the bottles also. So like that, lot of advantages are there regarding the plastics. And plastics are poor conductors of heat. Already we have discussed, right, heat and electricity. That's why screwdrivers, electric wires, all these are prepared by using plastic substances, that is melamine or bakelite. Okay, and healthcare industry, tablets, all the tablets are prepared in such manner. Okay, cookware, you know cookware, microwave. In microwave ovens also we use some of the containers, they are made up of this plastic. And Teflon, you know Teflon is a coating on cars, that where it doesn't react with the oil and water, it doesn't stick. So that is the advantage. So like this, lot of products are there. And fireproof, when comes to the fireproof, melamine coating, right, will protect the plastic, thermoplastics from the effect of catching fire. You know that some plastic catches the fire, but in case of this type of plastic, melamine coating is there, so that's why it doesn't catch the fire. It is flame resistant. It means doesn't catch the fire is nothing but what? Flame resistant. Okay, now let's understand about the plastics and environment. Nowadays people are suffering from the effect of, you dig the holes. Okay, you dig the holes, right, in different, you remark this as a biodegradable and you remark this as a non-biodegradable. Non-plastic you place in this region, you place it plastic, and in this region you place it vegetable waste, right, and animal waste here. So you can see that which never decompose, the plastic which never decompose, and that is called as non-biodegradable. The plastic never decompose in its life. It means it takes thousands of years that to decompose. You can imagine that, as it makes the soil infertile, which doesn't fit for farming. So which makes the soil infertile and nutrients are lost, and which makes imbalance in the soil atmosphere. So that's why plastic is a non-biodegradable substance. It cannot be thrown in the soil, and the less plastic should be used very less. So instead of, because plastic became important, but instead of avoiding, it is better to have a choice of reuse, recycle and recover, refuse. Reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. FIRE principle. Instead of avoiding the plastic, that, right, reduce, reuse, refuse, recycle, recover. FIRE principle, follow that. And biodegradable substances. The natural product that which will decompose, they are called as biodegradable substance. So it is a better choice that to use the biodegradable substances. Avoid the non-biodegradable substances. You know that now day by day garbage dump has been increasing in the dustbins. That dustbins consist of plastic. By eating that plastic materials, that some of the animals are getting dead. That has become a great damage to the natural life of the organism. So be careful that, so animals are getting dead, and even you go to picnics, you are throwing lot of what we call plastic items, plastic cups and all these things that may cause damage to the natural life. Okay, so finally what I want to say that reduce the plastic usage. right, and adapt to use the natural substances, right. So this is the major thing that you have to remember about the plastic. So save the environment from the plastic, reduce the plastic or reuse the plastic or recycle the plastic, recover the plastic, and save the environment, protect the earth, save the planet. Thank you everyone. I hope you understood that synthetic fibers and plastic.